What's up?
Yo, Mike Perry, the star of stage, screen, and fighting cages and rings worldwide, and the new face of BKFC. Mike Perry, I popped when I heard that because I don't think anyone fits the brand better than you as a street warrior. Congratulations on the new deal.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I'm excited.
It was a bit shocking to us all in the world because we didn't know, I guess you were a free agent. Did you enjoy that process of finding out your value and reaching out and ultimately making this deal with the folks at BKFC?
Yeah, sure. You know, I mean, the process, maybe I didn't enjoy that. I was a free agent there for a little while, and I was curious as to what was going to happen. I was like, man, I'm about to go look for a job and make $20 an hour for 5 hours a day. I'll make $100 in a day, which isn't like, I can't fathom that. So, you know, I make 100 grand or so or more, or a lot more in just 10, 15 minutes. So, you know, once you do that a couple times in your life, you can't go back, man. So we're moving forward, and it's crazy. I went to church on Sunday. I haven't been to church in a long time, and then all these things just started happening this week. And so the BKFC thing, I mean, I'm grateful. Now, it's not like the wire hit my bank account yet, though.
Yeah, you got to go out and earn it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not just gonna let me just go and do it either. It takes time, and we'll see. But so I'm happy, man. I'm excited, and you know, there's lots of guys calling me out. There's some guys being funny about it. That's cool. And then there's guys who are being nasty about it. And then there's what was I gonna say, man? The call out, like,
yeah, some guy wants to bang Julian Lane. I heard Caveman Rickles wants to fight against Mike Perry.
Yeah. Julian's being funny, not so disrespectful with it. I mean, it's a little. He's talking about banging me, bro, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't think so. Good, thank God there's no jujitsu in this shit. So, but there's gonna be like, you know, I feel like bringing in other guys, man. Like, you know, I was talking to Jay Leon Love about boxing him, and this is bare knuckle. I mean, you're a boxer. Let's really step up to the plate. I'm more of a street fighter, so let's do some bare knuckle boxing together. Or Jake Paul, you know, we can take the gloves off. You know, these guys that are in the organization. Like, I didn't come to the organization to benefit you guys. I came to the organization to do what Platinum Perry does, and I want to make some fights that the people really want to see. Jake Paul, Jay Leon Love. Can we get some professional boxers in there? Teofimo Lopez. You know,
would you fight somebody as large as a Jake or Logan Paul? Because they're big dudes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I moved around with Jake. He was like 195 and I was 180. I was fighting in a week. I had been training for a southpaw opponent. And I was fighting at 170 in like a week, and he was fighting in 2 weeks or something like that. And I went and I sparred Jake for like 6 rounds. When he had an 8-round fight, I thought we was gonna get more rounds, but I think they pulled him out of there. You know, whatever, to do their coaching job. He has good coaching staff, but I got a good boxing coach now. I've been training boxing a lot, and I'm ready to throw some hands.
You're ready to hand out that platinum fade, and we can't wait to see it. So when you were considering this offer, what did you like about what BKFC does that you thought would fit you perfectly?
Well, they mean business. they threw down. The paperwork looked good. I had a couple different managers on it, financial advisors looking at it. There's some good writings in there, and there's some good opportunity for me and my family to strive and do well, and it's exciting to, like, the reason that word exciting is so important is because, like, you want to be into the fight, you want to be behind it, and you want to be, you know, you need the energy to train, the motivation to train hard as you can, because, you know, you just want to do well with this, with the contract, this blood, this what do they call it? Blood notes in Japanese martial arts movies. They call it a blood note. You sign, bite your thumb and put it on the line.
I love it. I love it. When you look at we've seen boxers and MMA fighters come to BKFC, and some have had great success adjusting to the new style of fighting, and some haven't. Do you have to alter your training at all? Because in theory, it's bare knuckles and knock a guy out. But, you know, as you know, being in some bare knuckle fights, you got to really pick the right punch at the right time, or you can have hand issues. It's a different strategy. Are you prepared for that?
Yeah, I'm prepared. I've been in the boxing gym for a couple months now. I've always loved boxing so much. I mean, I get in the octagon and I throw hands, you know. There is like a technique difference, obviously, with when there's takedowns involved and kicks involved, and there's a different range, it's a whole different feeling. But lately, being in the boxing gym, I've been going to the MMA gym and just been doing my boxing on these kickboxers and these wrestlers. And some days I had good days, and some days I was doing too much head movement, running into kicks from Lyoto Machida and stuff. So, you know, but I've been working the hands, and it's interesting because this was what everyone did in high school, you know. And I mean, boxing is a very serious sport. The fighters in boxing seem to be, because they focus on the one area of punching, they seem to be a lot high, like very high caliber compared to some, or at least that's just the way it goes. They got, you know, they're 30-0, they got 30 wins and 23 knockouts or something, and then they're fighting for millions and millions of dollars. And, you know, it just seems like they get more respect. The sport is much older than MMA, and doing it bare knuckle, I mean, that's got to be older than boxing, even though it's not recorded. So
oh yeah, that's what our ancestors did to settle beefs, all right, like men do. All right, I can appreciate that. You're still repping the old school UFC, and I like that. Did you part on good terms with the company?
Yeah, I think so. They understand that it's all business, and if there's opportunities for me and my family, then, you know, it's just business. And obviously they got tons of fighters wanting to fight for them, coming for 10K. They're coming for 10 grand. They're coming to fight. I remember those days. I don't want those days no more. You know, I've been doing this for, like, I guess I was in the UFC 5 years. It feels like I've been doing this 10 or 15 years. And, you know, I'm very grateful for God. I believe in God, and I think that he has really opened some opportunities up for me. People, the fans of fighting, they have opened up some opportunities for me. I know I've had we've had our differences. I've argued with the fans via Zoom meetings in the past with media outlets. But, you know, it's entertainment. Never know what Mike, say.
You told me to fuck off once on the phone, but I will hold it against you. You're an entertainer, all right?
That's right. That was you. I remember that phone call because you guys ask these questions, and then I'll answer your question, and then you guys will ask the same question because maybe I didn't answer it the way you wanted me to, or something like that. But like yesterday on the Ariel Helwani, sorry to name drop on your podcast here.
No problem.
Ariel asked me something about, how is leaving with the UFC, and it's kind of similar to your question, but it's like, hey, I'm a prize fighter. I'm a businessman. I'm in the Platinum Perry business, and we fight people for money. So whether it's an octagon, whether it's a ring, a squared circle, or a circled square, I'm a fighter for money, and it's all the same to me because I go out, whether there's takedowns or kicks, I try to punch people in the face. So why don't I take out all these things that I really don't do and just punch people in the face, and they're going to try to punch me in my face.
I like it. You're great on the microphone, so you get a lot of fans that way, but I think fans love you and stand by you because you fight with passion. So in the best way you can describe it, what do you love most about fighting? Why do you love it?
Man, the passion thing is a hard line because it's like you should be patient and technical, and but and then there's this energy behind you that just gets to pushing your back, and it's like, go get them, go for it, go forward. Who cares about getting hit, and like, I'm blessed. That's why I love it, because I don't be feeling pain or until later, maybe a little bit, and then it lets you know you're alive. And it's just what I happen to do in my life. I work out, I exercise, I'm strong as an ox. And it's for the boys, no offense to the ladies that do MMA, but the boys in the gym, that's our time to be men, and we try to hurt each other.
Is it a drug? Does it feel like a drug, or is it the competition that hooks you? Is it everything? What is it?
Get that anger out. I'm competitive in a funny way, and I'll try to, it's like every time I open a drink, I drink it. You know what I mean? It ain't, those people that open a drink and then it's just sitting there and they never drink it. I'm like, damn, ain't you thirsty? I'm about to drink that. So like when I open a drink, like, damn, I drank half of it in one swig, and then, I'm probably going to drink the rest of it and throw the bottle away. I don't walk around holding that damn drink. So once I'm hydrated, I'm ready to go. It's like, it's all of it. And it's the trash talk. It's like, oh, this is my opportunity to get somebody back for what everybody is saying. And now after my 5 years in the UFC, one day BKFC signing, and I'm seeing comments and things on the internet, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We don't look at this. We don't look at this because these don't even know what's going on or what they're talking about. And the opportunities for me are so endless. Like, we about to break the internet. Real talk. We about to break the internet.
Nice. All right. I look at what BKFC has. They got fun personalities, styles, names for you to fight against. Thiago Alves, who we all know from MMA fame, is the welterweight champion. When you look at the roster, I know you mentioned Jillian Love. Is there like one opponent that you're like, we can make money, we can make fireworks? That's the guy I want to fight in the BKFC ring.
Well, yeah, that's the champ. I do want to get to that Thiago Alves fight. I'll make some, some poor bastard's going to have to go down first. Don't know who that's going to be. They're going to send a list my way, and I'm going to get to pick what I want and choose what I want. And maybe I will pick some scrub on a losing streak, or just somebody that I'm just going to easily, put down and make unconscious. I'm just, or not. I like tough fights. I want to name like mine. I want a name that means something. And, you know, we know that Thiago and me were supposed to fight once, and that fight didn't happen. And so, you know, maybe I'm here to make that fight happen. And I think that, you know, I don't want to get ahead of myself too much, but I think that the, you know, Street King, Bare Knucle champion of the world, Platinum Mike Perry, has a ring to it. So
I like that. I'd buy that t-shirt, Mike, if you're putting it out in the world. All right. Believe that. Obviously you've had a lot of changes to your personal life in the last, you know, year, really, with becoming a father. First of all, congratulations. We've all sort of followed your story on social media and your son, Ocean. What is the best, worst, most surprising part of being a dad? What is dad life like for Platinum Perry?
Man, it's great, man. I have my baby boy with me 24/7. I have some videos from the boxing gym yesterday that my girl took, and you can hear my boy in the background. I'm sparring, and he's like, ah! Ah! So that's my little gummy bear, my little sugar bear, my little chunky monkey. We cuddle, and he's a loving boy, and I show him a lot of love, but I'm very tough on him for a 10-month-old baby. I'm very tough on him. We argue, he'll yell at me, and I'll be like, no, sir, you don't yell at your dad. I'm just trying to do what's best for you. And, you know, he's always trying to jump off the bed. He's looked at me before and like raced me to the edge of the bed and goes flying over the edge. And I'm like, oh, I'm reaching for him.
Well, you can't get mad, Mike, because he's got your spirit, right? You're a daredevil. You live life, you know, full force.
He definitely does have my spirit. And, you know, his poor mom, she's in here with two of us and the dog. The dog is a menace too. Is a menace.
I heard him barking. What is this dog's name?
It's Platinum.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay, so she's outnumbered 3-1. A lot of platinums in there. Will the lovely and talented Coach Latory be in your corner at all in BKFC?
I'm not sure how that's gonna work. She might have to be with the baby. I kind of want my son to be at some of these fights. I don't know how that's going to work yet with the team. I have two guys that I've really been working with. You know, Fusion XL, Julian Williams, and Technique Boxing, JT. Now that I say his name, JT, like I think I don't know his name. His name is JT. But, you know, and so that leaves with only 2 spots. You know, I don't know who's going to fill that spot. And for me, mentally, my girl could fill that spot just because, but at the same time, she deserves a front row seat in a pretty dress and, you know, just doesn't have to worry about it as much, doesn't have to be so intimidated by being a part of the team. Let the men handle the business, the fighting business. But I gave her that before because I just didn't care. I wanted to give it to her, and I knew I was going to fight how I was going to fight. But this time, you know, we want to take it very seriously because we're talking about a lot of pain, a lot of blood, a lot of damage, and
yeah.
And I want some men in there with me that are gonna, you know, just bring that fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know who it's gonna be, but
absolutely. When you did that, though, when you had her in your corner, it got a lot of headlines. I thought it was great. I know you kind of did it seriously, but also like tongue in cheek, like you said, like, I'm just going to do this. I can do whatever I want. Did it actually help you? It looked like you were happy and confident in the corner between rounds.
You know, it helped in the Mickey Gall fight, you know, and it did because I just sat there thinking about how the fight was going to go. Or maybe that was just Mickey Gall. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't in the best shape for the Tim Means fight. I had a game plan. I thought I was going to be able to get him to the ground, get control, and get that choke. and then I was just gassed. And then he was just an inch away from me every time we were trying to throw punches. I just didn't have the gas tank. I missed the weight there, you know. And, you know, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. I mean, nobody's perfect, and everybody in a relationship definitely has their arguments. But it seems like the pressure for the fam, you know, was intensifying the closer we got to these fights. Me and my girl, you know, arguing the night before the weigh-ins or the night before the fight. And I'm just like, this is crazy. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this? I'm trying to do this. Like, you don't want to be here? That's fine. You should have said that, you know, or whatever. Like, this is too much for you? Okay, but you know, so maybe those things took tolls, and I remember going to my debut. I didn't have a girlfriend. My UFC debut, I didn't have a girlfriend. Man, I killed it that night, man. It was me and the boys. And we went out to the club and celebrated. Oh my God, man, we killed it. So, see what? You better stop. Anyways.
Mike, you when you roam the streets of South Florida and live your daily life, do you get a lot of love from fans?
Yeah, everywhere, man. There's never the guys that come up like actually recently, maybe a little bit, right? So I was walking through downtown Orlando, and someone, Mike Berry. I'm good now. I'm used to that shit, so I just didn't even flinch. I just kept walking. And then, cause like, don't be hollering my name in the middle of the street, bro. And then they kept doing it. Mike Perry. I'm getting further and further away. And then I heard them like say some shit under their breath. They were probably like, oh, okay, bitch or something. Like, I was like, oh yeah, see, that's why I didn't stop. Cause you'll never say that shit to my face.
Fair.
It was
very fair.
I don't know what he mumbled, but I just kept walking. And then some dude came up to me inside one of the places we stopped for some drinks, and he was like, oh, Mike, can I get a picture? And I was like, yo, I'm just chilling tonight, bro. Normally I don't do that. Lately I've been like, yeah, bro, it's cool, bro. It's cool. Take a picture. And then, but it was just something. Like, God guides me, bro. He was like, no, don't give this punk a picture. He was just calling you names a second ago when he was trying to catch up to you. But a lot of people are really nice, and they realize when they meet me that they don't have much to talk to me about.
Well, you're a rare breed, Mike. You're an entertainer, a street fighter, and a guy we can't wait to see return. And I'm excited for this BKFC deal. One other question I had was, you know, as a fighter, I mean, you take the shirt off, you fight. That body is your uniform. You got already an active tattoo set. Are you planning on adding any ink before this BKFC debut?
I don't know, man. I kind of want some Dragon Ball Z tattoos and some Assassin's Creed tattoos. But at the same time, I also want to laser them all off.
Interesting. Do you regret the ones you got already, or did you just lose interest in them?
Yeah, I think I just lost interest in the pain. I did 9.5 hours on my stomach once. And I was just like, why? Why did I do that? I went home and I threw up, and my stomach was so swollen. And I honestly feel like the tattoo artist was like trying to dig into me, trying to hurt me. He was like getting off on hurting me, because I've had tattoo artists that it didn't hurt at all. And so that made me realize, like, people are, just because they have a job doesn't mean that they're not a person and have their own vindictive, sick ideas. True. So like, you know,
there's a few wolves in sheep's clothing out there, Mike. All right. But I feel confident you'll avoid them. And you know, as we close the MMA chapter for now, and I know you've said, look, you know, maybe I'll fight again in the octagon or anywhere else. You're a prize fighter. Wherever the prizes are, you'll go. Is there anybody in the UFC you didn't get a chance to fight that you kind of wish you did and regret that you didn't? Because I always wanted to see you against Conor McGregor myself.
Conor McGregor, that's a good one. Hamzat, he's doing well. Even the guy he's fighting. I mean, I'm a prize fighter, man. I fight these guys, and it's crazy too, because I am a great grappler. But you know what happened was the money hit the table, man. The money hit the table, man. And I've been training boxing. I want to throw hands, and I think that knowing what I'm doing, just 1 and 2, throwing hands left and right, right and left, I think that being focused on that subject and knowing that my opponent has to work that too, I think that favors me. I'm hard-headed, and I'm working on my head movement and my footwork. I am an athlete. I am very physically equipped. So, like my grappling, you haven't seen many guys be on top of me. And if they were, it was like not long, because I stuffed that takedown just to get back up to my feet, just to throw the punches. So why don't we get rid of that? And why don't we just throw punches? And, any one of these guys, like I said, man, I want a guy with a name like mine. So that Conor McGregor thing, that was something. And the possibilities are there for, Conor don't want to grapple either. So who knows if we don't do a bare knuckle boxing match or a boxing match, who knows? And like I said, Jake Paul, Jay Leon Love, we can make those fights happen. And those
Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley's out there boxing too. You never know. All right.
Yeah, that's my guy. And it would be an honor and much respect. May the best man win. But I'm a prize fighter at the end of the day, and I'm fighting for me and my family. So, anybody else who is a fighter and is willing to sign on that dotted line against me, it is what it is. It's business.
Well, very, very happy for you and your family, and you got your right intentions. You're putting them first. You're going after the prize, and I can certainly relate and appreciate that. And I thank you for your time, Mike Perry. Big signing for BKFC, because you got a lot left. This isn't a old guy at the end of the line. This is a guy right in his physical prime, ready to do some damage. So I wish you well on that.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. And it's good to talk to you and keep everything copacetic. So thank you for your time. And stay tuned, fans. We got some big things coming.
I love it. I love it.